Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about Darakaraka or 7th Lord in the Nakshatra of Magha. It is the 10th Nakshatra in the Nakshatra belt, and this Nakshatra is related to our karma. Okay, the karma because of which we have taken birth is seen from the nakshatra of Magha, and it tells that we have some pending desires of past lives, and we are here to fulfill our pending desires of our past lives. Now you are putting your Darakaraka, which tells about your spouse, in this zone of Magha Nakshatra. Okay, so how will be the features of your spouse? Okay, now the Magha Nakshatra is represented by a throne. Okay, a throne is where a king sits, and from there the king takes decisions. So that's why this nakshatra is really a kingly nakshatra and a very royal nakshatra. It comes after Ashlesha nakshatra, where you have really killed the snake which was holding the poison. Means you have burned the karmas, and now you are coming in the nakshatra of Magha, from where you're going to start everything from the beginning and fulfill your karma for what you have taken birth. And it is also the first Gandhanta point from Ashlesha to Magha. Okay, Gandhanta point. Okay, Gandhanta point is actually the intersection of the water and fiery signs, and it tells that we have paid off one part of karma. And I'm not saying it because I read somewhere. I'm saying it by my own experience, that when a planet passes through Gandhanta, we really pay off karmic debt, and then we enter into the other karmic debt, or we begin everything from the beginning to have a better life or to have better results. So it shows that in your past life, you and your spouse have cleared one pattern of karma. Okay, you both must have suffered in your past lives, and then you are coming in this life to have a good relationship together and to fulfill your pending desires. Basically, Magha is about materialistic world and fulfilling the material desires. So this nakshatra is a tamasic nakshatra, and the garn of this nakshatra is Rakshas garn. Okay, and this nakshatra means the power to live material life as well as have spiritual success or have spiritual enlightenment. Okay, now one thing is that your spouse, when you have your Darakaraka here, it shows that you will get a spouse who will be a natural leader and who will not hesitate in taking a decision or leading you in a relationship or leading in the life as well, in any other phase of life. So your spouse will be a natural leader, and your spouse will not have that ego that I'm a leader or I have acquired a particular post, so I will look down upon other people and now I am the leader, I'm the king, and everyone will follow me. So this kind of thing is actually not present in the Magha Nakshatra, because it is ruled by Ketu. In their past lives, they have lived that life of royalty and that kingly life in their past lives. So they have the experience, and they know that a true leader and a true king is actually not a king, it is a worker. That's why the meaning of this nakshatra is a worker as well, because a king or a leader is a worker. okay? Our government is working for us, so they are workers, they are serving us. So we make a king. Why? Because we want the king to serve us or take the decisions or rule the country in a proper manner for the people, right? Because we don't want to take that responsibility on us. So that's why Magha natives actually are not egoist or proud or whatever they have. They are actually the true leaders who know how to lead the right way. It also shows that if you talk about the physical features, your spouse will have thick hair, especially this part will be a bit thicker of hair because it represents the crown, and hair is our crown. And it's also possible that your spouse may like to wear hat or crown if Venus is here. Okay, and they always want to be the center of attraction. Okay, like they don't want that they follow people, they want that people should follow them, whatever they say. They always want to be in center. And one more thing, they are really very helpful. They are always ready to help people whenever they need. Leo sign is really helpful. They are materialistic. They want to enjoy all the luxuries, and they really want to have a luxurious life, a royal kind of life in which they have all the luxuries and they are able to enjoy the life. Okay, so they really want to enjoy the life, but later in life they can become highly spiritual, and this nakshatra, as is ruled by Ketu, can make you the master in spirituality. Okay, in meditation you can really acquire something which others cannot acquire. So Magha Nakshatra doesn't actually mean only having the throne in the material world. You can become the natural leader in the spiritual field as well, or any field. You can become a leader if you really are interested in it, because you have this Ketu. I'm sorry, I'm talking about your spouse, not you. So your spouse can become a natural leader in any kind of this field. Okay, and your spouse will also have a set routine, and they will always follow a particular routine, like waking up early and then sleeping at time, and everything will be well managed, well prepared. Okay, just like a king has to always be on time. So that this is the thing, and your spouse will always stick to you, and there are very less chances that your spouse may cheat you, because they have really experienced the things in the past lives. And also your spouse will really focus on one particular thing until your spouse really completes it. If you're a Bernie, then your spouse will listen to you, and you will be the one who will rule the relationship or anything in the relationship. And also your spouse will really be connected to his or her ancestors and the family values, or may resemble someone from the ancestors of her spouse's family. Okay, so you will have also to respect the family of your spouse and the traditions of your spouse, because your spouse may really love it, but if Rahu is actually aspecting here, so they can break the traditions as well. Okay, so this is the thing, we need to see the conjunction aspects and padas to actually know what kind of results we are going to get. Okay, now the height of our spouse can be medium to tall, and the looks of our spouse can be average. If Venus is not here or Moon is not here, then it can give an average looking spouse. And it's really good nakshatra. After marriage you may really gain name or fame, and this nakshatra is so much good for fame if you want to acquire fame after marriage. And it also shows your spouse, if it's connected to the houses of wealth, it can bring wealth in your life after marriage. And these people are always down to earth, and they don't really have that kind of thing, that becoming egoist too much or proud. No matter they have ego, but that ego is not in a negative way, it is in a positive way. And now if sun is present here, then it's really so good. Sun is in its own sign, and sun will make your spouse really creative and someone who is a natural leader, especially in the field of creativity, and will really acquire a lot of name and fame and favors from government, will be interested in the political things, will be masculine, will not be really feminine, who is just flows with emotions. Okay, it's a good placement to get a authoritative kind of spouse in a life. And if it's moon, then moon will make your spouse someone who always wants to be the leader, or someone who wants that people talk about him or know more about him, and someone who is the center of attraction. So your spouse will want to have it. They will have stable emotions. Okay, they are able to control their emotions. Okay, and they always want to be creative and creative things. They always want that you understand their emotions, and whatever they feel, it should be given priority over what you actually feel. Okay, but it is not a negative thing. It is just a quality of your spouse. Okay, and if it's Venus, then Venus here can really take your spouse in the creative things, and your spouse must have gone through some relationship issues in the past, even you, because Venus in Magha will make the native face at least one time in their life some kind of heartbreaks or relationship issues. In this thing, the person really desires romantic kind of relationships, but as Venus is in the nakshatra of Ketu, so it will act as Ketu. These people always want to dress very properly and like to very much focus on their looks, like wearing nice dresses and all that things. In love relationships, it can bring a bit of ups and downs because it is Ketu. So yes, Ketu will show its effect here. The relationships in love can go through some ups and downs. If it's Mercury, and Mercury in the Magha Nakshatra is really good because it makes the speech of the native very powerful and bold. They speak in a very powerful way and have that weight in their speech. Okay, which makes people really trust them, and they are highly confident in whatever they say, and they can also do business. They are business minded persons, and Mercury here will want that he is heard first, and whatever he speaks is really like implemented. So, but it gives a youthful spouse and highly intelligent spouse. It shows that in your past lives, maybe your spouse have lived that kind of life, a royal life in the past lives. So it's a really good thing. And here Mercury will also want to have the luxurious things, like expensive phones and all that thing can be there, right? And it can also take your spouse into spirituality. Now if it's Saturn here, then Saturn here will actually make your spouse work really harder because they are really confused because of their past actions. They sometimes regret whatever they did in the past. And one more thing, Saturn here makes your spouse not be able to follow the routine, the set routine. Like if they decide to wake up early in the morning, they would not be able to do it. So Saturn will have to work hard to become a natural leader because Saturn doesn't know that it's an enemy sign. So this is the thing, and it gives a cold-natured spouse as well, and someone who is really cold, or but it gives a loyal spouse who is really loyal and will stick to you. If it's Mars, then Mars is really becoming very happy here because it loves to be in a fire sign, or it's able to dictate. And Magha, that is the nakshatra of throne, is a soldier, so it's really feels so happy to be here. and it really makes your spouse so much masculine kind of person, and someone who never thinks before saying something to someone. Like sometimes they can speak something which may not be liked by others, or unintentionally they may hurt someone by their speech, and it can make your spouse creative and will be interested in political things or maybe in the police or something. But it will really make your spouse arrogant or have anger issues or frustration. But it gets a good spouse who will stick to you and will also love you, someone who will be able to fight for you. So if it's Jupiter, so Jupiter here gives a spouse who really respects knowledge, or someone who takes a decision wisely, someone who wants to attain a higher level or position in his knowledge. Jupiter in the nakshatra of Ketu can also take a spouse towards spirituality. Here, Jupiter wants to be the center of attraction, basically something that is related to knowledge. But it gives a wise spouse, someone who is masculine and not very emotional, because it is Jupiter and Ketu and Sun involvement here. It also expands wealth after marriage, and some kind of like past life or deeds may come up to you. So I hope you really enjoyed the video and got to learn so many things from the video, and I hope I'm able to clear your doubts. Thank you for watching. Bye.